Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shifting Tones, the podcast with shifting formats and nerdy tones. I'm your host today, Larissa, and I will be joined together by my favorite lovely co-hosts, Sam.
What is up, my friends?
And Steffi.
Yo, 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 what is up, my friends?
Whoa.
Yes, so we do like to apologize if you were eagerly anticipating our episode last week. Unfortunately, Sam and I, my lovely husband, we had a bit of a car problem, so we decided to give ourselves a break and give us some time so we can figure out what to do about this car issue. And so thank you for being patient, and we're back.
That's right, we're back. We are back, baby, better than ever.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So what's been going on, Steph?
Me? Oh, nothing much. Maybe just a little bit of a meet and greet together, a little get together with the co-hosts.
Oh yeah. We signed autographs, right?
Yeah. I feel like I always say meet and greet, but I meant like meet up. Like
I know what you mean. I like to imagine that all of our friends came up to us and asked for our autograph. I mean, that'd be kind of funny.
I did get recognized, or someone was like, "Hey, you're part of the podcast."
Who said that?
Really funny.
Your brother.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
I think he was explaining it to his wife.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Oh, obviously he was.
This is the third wheel right here.
Yeah. No, but we had a lovely little get together. It was kind of it wasn't just us. It was a big little party that you guys actually hosted.
Yes.
Do you want to explain the concept of this party?
Yeah. So this is our second annual Flag Day party, and traditionally in the United States, Flag Day is actually a holiday to represent and praise the American flag. But
very
creepy
patriotic.
cult kids do that in school every day by saying they pledge their allegiance to it. So whatever. However, this is a new take on the Flag Day, and so it was an idea I came up with where I assign random countries to all of our friends and family who decided to come, and everybody is supposed to dress in colors to represent the flag, not culturally appropriate it or not to actually look exactly like the flag, like where, if it's the American flag per se, don't wear an American flag suit, but in colors like red, white, and blue, or, I had Mozambique this time, so I had black, red, yellow, and a darkish teal green color, so I wore colors that represented that, and so on and so forth. And then everybody was asked to bring a dish from that country, a national dish, or something that represents your country in a food, because some people weren't able to make something or they didn't have the time. So one of the great things actually was a friend of ours, their country was Belize, and their main export was chocolate, so they brought chocolate chip cookies. Can't complain about that.
No, not at all. And there may or may not have been asked to make so many chocolate chip cookies for their dear friend's shower. I think it was a wedding shower of some kind, or maybe a baby shower.
Yeah.
So they had a lot on their plate. So we love their chocolate chip cookies. So you know who you are, and please let us know that recipe. We still want it.
Oh, yes. Also, we did do a little contest. Best representation of the flag colors in your attire and best dish this year. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping to get better prizes as the years go on. Maybe some like tickets to something, or maybe meet and greet passes for Shifting Tones. That'd be a great prize to give out.
Absolutely.
Or like spend 30 minutes with the host.
Exclusive.
Yeah. No, but it was really fun, and I always like doing it. And I was telling, I went to a work conference before that, like, weekend, kind of up to visit and do the party, and they were like, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm doing this like Flag Day party." And they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And I explained, exactly what you guys just said, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's so fun!" So they were like super into it because they've just never heard of anything like it.
It's because I created it.
Yeah, but it's really fun just because you get to try different foods, and it's fun trying to guess the countries and the food combinations, and you just have no idea.
Right.
Yes, I do like the idea that somebody mentioned, it might have been one of you guys, I don't remember, potentially in the future doing states instead of countries, and because every state in America has a flag and a state dish, like Ohio is pierogies, or Texas is barbecue, or Florida's is oranges, and Maine is lobster. All these different ones that you can make fun things with. They're like fried chicken or ribs, or I don't know, tons of good food. So that would be an option in the future.
So if you would like to start your own Flag Day party, you have to come to us first. And then for you to make money off of it, you have to then also recruit 3 of your friends and then sell them on this party idea and give them the layout and everything and how it goes, and then so on and so forth. And then you'll be rich just like us.
That's right. We'll sign a contract with you, giving you the rights to host your own party, but not the rights to the Flag Day party in general.
All right.
Other than that.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say. What?
Cute. It's like we finish each other's sandwiches, right?
Sometimes.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I didn't really have anything. I think I had a little controversial corner this week. Well, Steph, are you done with your little wrap up?
I mean, I haven't done much. I'm off. I'm just vibing in my summer. It's been great.
Yeah.
That's good. You do feel a little off.
It's midterm week. So, because for those of you who know, I'm taking a college course. So this week is my midterm. So I have that coming up. So
nice.
Other than school, I just did this little party and it was nice. It was just a nice little break from my daily routine.
Absolutely.
I guess, the only other thing I have is I have a new YouTube video is coming shortly.
Woo! That's so fun.
It'll probably be released before this episode comes out. So you can check that out.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. But that's it. That's my little catch-up thing.
I'm going to release the episode right after this. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to post it so that you're wrong.
It's crazy.
So I had 3 little small talk points in my little notes I keep on my phone. Sports stadium police take their jobs too seriously.
Absolutely.
Like people, trying to go on the field, not even streakers, but people that just like run around or something like that, or try to sneak to lower seats. And these people are pulling out tasers and tackling them. Jeez. And I get it. It's all part of the thing, don't disrupt the game. They get banned from the stadium, whatever.
My goodness. I've never seen tasers.
Oh, yeah. Guy
That's
recently
wild.
just got tasered during, I think it was a Cincinnati Reds game.
Wow.
Ran on the field and got tasered.
Well, that makes a little bit of difference. I thought you were like tasering people who were trying to like steal a seat or something.
No. People that like run on the field too. I just think the guys take their jobs too seriously.
I thought you meant, the seat stealers.
I was like, whoa, that's aggressive. I understand kicking you out, but man, that'd be a little extreme.
The other day I was really tired and I was trying to check my email for something and I just typed in email.com. So I just thought I'd share that with you.
It's not controversial, but thank you for letting us laugh at you for a second.
And my last point, you're welcome, is I really thought at some point in my life I would have to distinguish in like a life or death situation an alligator versus a crocodile, because that was such a point that was driven to us in like school growing up.
For you, not me.
Alligators look like this, crocs look like this. You have to know the difference. And I'm like, it's not going to matter. It's going to kill me regardless. Why do I need to know the difference?
Well, apparently your teacher lived in Florida at one point, because that's the only place I know around us that would actually make a difference in your life.
Maybe, but I feel like it was something I was taught in like multiple grades for some reason. I don't know.
The thing I learned about was like the difference between poisonous and venomous, and like which kind of spiders to look out for, which thank God there's not that many venomous and poisonous things in our great state of Ohio.
I feel like I didn't get taught a lesson on the differences at all. So,
well, what do you know? Great education system for the win. But yeah, so I also was at the party.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah, I know. You guys want to catch up with me, the lovely host of today's episode?
Nah, I hung out with you all day.
No, that's fair. So yeah, we did the party, and we also had a very lovely Father's Day with all of our fathers in our lives, and so shout out to all of you guys.
I guess that was a thing, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So any fathers out there listening, happy Father's Day. I know it's belated, but car issues trump other recording things going on.
Oh yeah. So sorry, real quick. Larissa's dad was like, oh yeah, didn't your guys' friends have Father's Day plans? I was like, no, they're like all dead.
And or not in the picture.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and then that kind of ended.
That must have been so awkward for him.
A little bit, but he's a pretty
He's a
funny guy.
jokester. He can handle it.
Okay.
Oh goodness. So talking about
Dead dads.
Dead dads.
Sorry.
Oh,
And,
sweet, good segue.
Yeah, absolutely. And dads who may or may not be in the picture for reasons that aren't great. Today, I figured, since we have not done this yet, and every great podcast I've ever listened to has done this at least once. Is it a cop-out? Who knows? But there's a little thing on Reddit called Am I the Asshole?
Oh, you took one of my topic ideas. It's in my notes.
And so
oh my gosh, it's like my favorite.
It is. It's pretty great. And so we haven't done it yet, which is really good for us because I believe this is our episode 40 for us. Congrats to us, guys. Small clap.
Is it really?
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've made 0 cents off of it. So
yeah, well,
that's saying something. That's how
now
dedicated
that
we are.
Introduced the Flag Day concept, that's when our business is really going to start rolling in. But anyway, I'm proud of us for not doing that cop out until our 40th episode. So I'm proud of us.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyone who doesn't know, it's a thing that happens on Reddit, which is a forum website. And people go on there and ask about situations in their lives where they realized they may or may not have been the asshole in the situation. So do you think I explained that pretty well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then people in the comment section vote on whether or not they were the asshole. You guys ready for the first question?
So
Yes.
Are you just going to read them out and then we are determining if they are or not? And we're
Yes,
not going to look at like the comments or anything?
Debate over
No, I thought about that, and I know that this is such a popular thread that I would have had to like favorite it, and like even while I was scrolling through it, I was losing ones that I was like, oh, this could be good for our podcast, and then I had to like take 20 minutes to find it again. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take some screenshots of what the question was, and you guys can deliberate on whether or not the username was the asshole.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so our first one. I made irreparable damage to my brother's game account.
Oh.
So I am 19 male and my brother is 18 male. We live in the same house but don't usually go into each other's rooms. Today I went to a work party and when I came back he was in my room on my bed. I didn't see the harm in that and so we swapped phones and started playing some mutual games we have on there. And one of those games was Clash of Klans.
Okay.
They traded phones to play this?
That's what I'm seeing, is that he was just on his phone and while he was just chilling in his room waiting for him to come back so they can just hang out and have a good time.
Wait,
so anyway,
was this on purpose they swapped their phones?
Yeah,
or like
weird.
Yes. So they specifically said that they swapped it. Like this was like they both consented to swapping their phones. It's not like one brother just had the phone in their hand.
First of all,
such
that's
a weird
just,
concept.
That's odd, but yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yes, exactly. I am more of a casual gamer, where here's a very competitive one. So I was collecting some of his resources, and he decided that he would upgrade some of my things at my base. So I decided to do the same. I upgraded something called a BOB builder, which was free, so I didn't see the harm in doing so. But when he saw that I upgraded that thing, troop defense decoration, ? He freaked out, yelled at me that I ruined years of preparations, and because of that, I want to ask, am I the asshole?
What? No, first of all, you have some weird family dynamic where you guys are switching phones to play games on each other. You guys both have the same game on the phone. Just play your own game. And second of all, it's, I don't know, are mobile games so popular? People still play these?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like if you were that angry and upset, you wouldn't have let your brother play on that account.
Yeah.
You would
also,
think.
you're
Like-
18 and 19 years old. Like, just, I don't know, restart the game or something. Like, it's just a mobile game.
Years of preparation. This kid was playing this game since middle school. And
Then don't let your brother play on your phone. Like, I feel like that's simple, right?
You would think, you know?
No, I think
don't-
you're idiots,
I don't think he's an asshole. I think that the brother
Irreparable
was...
damage, though? Do you
What does
think
that
you should...
mean?
Well, okay, so I don't play a ton of mobile games, but I play enough to know that, like, I guess the equivalent of it would probably be, like, you saved up all of your fake money coins to avoid paying real money in the game, and your sibling was just like, oh, I'm having fun, this is great, and they used all of your fake coins.
I guess, but
eh.
I just think like he handed his phone over.
Right.
He knew he was playing on his account for Clash of Klans, and yeah, he's not the asshole.
No.
Yeah, so we're saying that
his brother is for getting mad at him for a game for switching phones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all agree on that. The brother that didn't tell his brother to not play my Clash of Klans is the asshole.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Larissa? Is that kind of what you think too? Or?
I would agree, but I also think, and this is an option if you want to take it for any of our other questions, that they're both kind of in the fault a little bit here. Like, if you know that your brother probably plays this game extensively, if you're swapping phones on a regular basis, like, you probably should have at least had the like decency to be like, hey, can I like upgrade this for you?
Okay, well, so here
but
I
they're
have
in
an
the
example.
They're in the same room, right?
Yeah.
Like, hello, just ask.
I guess the
right, but he
example would
didn't.
be
So
Larissa and I both have Pokemon Go on our phones.
yeah.
And we don't take it super seriously, but we've been playing for a while, just literally trying to complete the Pokedex.
FYI, shout out to Pokemon Go. 8 years. They just had their anniversary, and us dorks, we've been playing since like day 1 or 2. So
but so I guess it would be the equivalent of like you get coins in the game that you can use to buy like upgrades for your bag and stuff like that. And if like Larissa handed me her phone and she was, buying me a bag upgrade or just like evolving Pokemon or doing whatever, something normal, and I took all of her coins and I was like, I think she just wants stickers. I think she just wants stickers to send to people, and I spent all the money on stickers.
No, I'd be so pissed.
But even then, I'd be like, okay, here's my credit card. Here's $3 of real people money. Get your coins back. Like, I don't know.
I guess that's fair. I guess that would be an even exchange then if you really upset your brother that much and you're causing that much damage to your relationship. And clearly this guy has a job, so he could afford like a $5 like purchase to be like, hey, I'm really sorry. Buy some more like coins, whatever it is for Clash of Klans, so you can fix whatever I messed up.
Next story.
Yeah.
All right. Next story. So I tried to pick questions that were themed to our podcast. So the first one was gaming related.
Okay.
So this one is more music and pop culture related.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my little brother he isn't what K-pop companies are looking for?
Oh.
That's a funny
That's just funny, yeah.
Yeah. So my little brother is 12 and recently he saw this video that was an audition casting for the big K-pop company HYBE, which has groups such as BTS and all others. He immediately jumped to tell our mom about it, saying he wants to be a part of a K-pop group and live in Korea. He specifically idolizes the group Riz, which is an SM boy group. The thing is, he's not Korean and doesn't fit the K-pop beauty standards. I know that's toxic and that the industry is bad. Am I the asshole for telling him that he has no chance of being a K-pop person?
I guess it comes down to two things. One, is he Korean?
No,
he said no.
He says they're not Korean.
Okay, sorry, my bad, I missed that.
No, you're good.
Strike one. But strike two, yeah, I mean, sometimes there are things with kids like you could baby a little bit more, but something like that, if they're gonna like keep trying and trying and trying for this one thing that is a guaranteed failure, it's doing more damage to not tell them than tell them. And you could always say like, hey, you're really good at dancing and singing or whatever it is, maybe try out for this or
YouTube.
this or this, yeah,
right.
Or just do YouTube, yeah.
So I did miss the last section. I do apologize. So it does continue a little bit. It says, I'm a huge K-pop fan myself, and I know how toxic the K-pop industry, and I know he has no chance of getting in. He keeps watching videos on how to get accepted and keeps asking me if he fits the beauty standard and if he has certain features. He doesn't. And I told him he doesn't have the appearance to be a K-pop idol. He took offense to that, and I told him if he wanted to be famous so bad, he could be a normal singer.
Okay. I mean, that's hard because it's your little brother. But like at the same time, it's like, yeah, you just have to be a little realistic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing is like it is strictly K-pop, Korean pop. And if he's not Korean, I don't think there's any non-Korean members in K-pop that I know of. And I don't know, maybe that's
right
an issue or thing, but I don't know. I'm not in the fandom, so I don't know. I assume it's fine.
But also, like, think about it. I don't know how old the age of the poster is, so I'm assuming this is probably a sibling dynamic. Well, it is a sibling dynamic, but I don't know how much of a year gap that is. So, like, imagine if you were, like, 17 years old and your little brother comes up to you. Like, do you crush his dream at 12 years old?
Absolutely.
I think, like, I think just because, like, I'm an older sibling, it's just kind of like, you should be realistic, but I think you should also offer other options.
Right.
Like, you know, like they were saying, oh, well, you could, if you still like the concept of singing like they do in K-pop, like, yeah, you could still sing in Korean or do like covers, you know, and or you can do this, or this, you know, just kind of offer alternatives.
Right. And also, like, if he's like so obsessed with this, like, where's mom or dad in the picture? Like, why aren't they like sitting him down being like, hey, I know you're really into this. Maybe we'll sign you up for some classes, maybe some dance classes, you know, age appropriate things. And so that, like, I don't know.
I actually think what he needs to do is hire the company from the movie Face Off with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, and then just do a face swap with one of the K-pop artists and see if he has what it takes to make it.
I would say probably the first step, because I'm assuming if they're writing this question in English, is you should sign up for Korean lessons.
That too.
that wouldn't be a bad idea, yeah.
Like, if you're really dedicated, sign up for Korean, and when you learn the language, then go from there.
That's fair. And also, it feels weird, though, in this situation, calling the little brother an asshole for being upset, though, of being insulted. Being like, hey, you're not pretty and you don't sing well. Like, she flat out told him, like, you don't look good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a problem. I don't know. I think
Wait, but this was the sister?
Yeah, or other sibling. I'm not sure what the sibling, but
sorry. The sibling said, am I the asshole? I don't think so.
No.
So no one's the asshole in this situation? No. Just a bad sibling dynamic where someone's trying to look out for someone?
It's just awkward, you know, because you don't want to be a crusher to someone's dreams, but you still need to be a little realistic. But like I said, just offer some alternatives. Yeah, maybe learn Korean, see where you can go from that, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can't be a K-pop singer without learning Korean. I'm sorry, but like, I feel like that could help support them. And then if they're like, oh, this is too hard, then it's like, well, there you go. You came to that own conclusion yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it'd be fun. Like, obviously, I don't know how close they are in age, but like, it'd be fun if they'd be like, hey, why don't you try starting a cute little band with your friends and like do something that way? Like, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So no one's the asshole in this situation?
No. Case closed.
Case closed.
Bring in the dancing lobsters.
Absolutely. All right. So this one is based off of movies.
Okay.
This one is a bit of a longer story.
That's fine.
Am I the asshole for demanding my money back after the babysitter let my child watch a horror movie?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, right. I mean, right away. Yes, but I'll let you finish the story. Yeah,
I read the rest of this story because at first I thought that too. Like, oh come on, like the kid can handle a scary movie. Just wait. Hold your judgment until after the story's done. I, 36 male, have a son, Sam, 7.
Sam,
male.
Powerful kid. Kid.
Sam, this is about you, and I'm actually digging it up and making it up about your past trauma.
How old is the dad?
36, and the son is 7.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that adds up. I don't know.
On Tuesday night, my wife, 35, and I went out to our anniversary. My wife suggested we let her best friend's daughter babysit. I don't know her well, but my wife and her friend assured me she knew what she was doing.
Wait, hold on. You don't know your wife's best friend's kid?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll forget about that. Okay. Like, guys are weird.
Okay, sorry.
We worry about the straights every once in a while. That's a big joke, you know? Like, it's whatever. The babysitter will be referred to as FD, friend's daughter, from this point on. 16, female. Fast forward to Tuesday night. My son called for us in the night and asked one of us to stay in his room with him. So this is after the date night.
Right.
As he was afraid to sleep alone, I asked him if he had a nightmare, and he ended up admitting that FD had allowed him to watch a horror film. And I'm not talking about a mild horror film. This was 18 plus and very gory. My wife messaged her friend to ask about it, and apparently her daughter thought Sam could watch it because he said we normally allow him to. I said that was unacceptable, as a 16-year-old should know a 7-year-old is lying about watching a horror movie. I told my wife to ask for the €35 back, but she refused, saying that we just wouldn't let her babysit again, and it was selfish to take teenage monies away, considering she had watched him for 2 hours. I called her friend, demanding she pay us back, but she also refused, saying her daughter had sacrificed her evening and won't do that. She paid me back, but now my wife and her friend saying I overreacted. I don't feel I did, as my son is still having nightmares, but maybe I went a bit too far by threatening to tell the other family she babysits for her. So, Reddit, am I the asshole?
Yes. Still yes.
Yeah.
Think so?
So, I mean, the kid... I mean, so you say you're babysitting a kid, 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a lot of horror movies when I was 7. I mean, I remember watching, and who knows what movie they're talking about. They just said 18 plus, a lot of gore. That could be anywhere from like Nightmare on Elm Street to like Poltergeist to I know, but they're like, yes, they're scary, especially for a kid. But at the same time, like I said, I watched these when I was 7. Anyways.
Maybe you shouldn't have. Controversial opinion there.
Right, but what I'm saying is the kid told, like, the girl asked him, like, are you allowed to watch these? And the kid said yes. That's on the kid.
No. This kid's 7 years old.
Here's the thing.
No.
If this girl is 16, she's a kid herself. Teenagers, I'm sorry, do not have good judgment. And if you've never worked with kids before, or like if she's just babysitting on occasion.
She regularly babysits.
Okay, but still, kids are liars, and like,
yeah.
Exactly. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's just if she doesn't,
not agree with you.
I'm defending the girl.
No. You're like infantilizing her because a 16-year-old can work at McDonald's with like very dangerous machinery. They should have the concept to know that a 7-year-old is going to make up that stuff. Like, put yourself back in your 16-year-old body.
Yeah, I was a dumbass.
Well,
same.
But like, come on, like your little cousin comes up to you and is like, "Oh, I watch The Human Centipede with my parents all the time."
Jokes on you! I don't have any cousins.
So maybe you're a bad example. But like, come on, like no, like
I don't know. I think the dad's just like way overreacting, being a jerk. I get he's trying to like watch out for his kid and stuff like that, but to literally call up your wife's best friend and demand that their child gives you back $35, to teach them a lesson? The lesson should be they come over and you like have her apologize to the son or to you and be like, sorry, we watched a movie, it wasn't real, like it's just a movie, blah blah blah. Like, don't make her give her back $35.
The thing that made him an asshole for me more so was like he was gonna try to contact another family that she babysits.
Yeah.
Like trying to like sling her name through the mud. Like,
yeah.
So that's probably a little bit extreme. But to be fair, though, I don't know. I think you guys are not like giving this 16-year-old enough credit for like the responsibility that like she took. And like her parents were like, oh yeah, she's a great babysitter. Like she's done this more than once. And if your parents agree that you're a good babysitter, you would have the common sense to like know not to, like, come on.
There's a lot of things though that 7-year-olds do or think, that are probably too old for them. Like, you remember playing the game Hangman when you were 7. It's literally creating, and you're hanging somebody.
No, that's different. That's different.
No, I'll say, because I'm a teacher and I work with 7-year-olds, the thing that they're obsessed with is Poppy Playtime, where parents don't even realize. They think it's this fun little puppet creature, and it's bloody and it's gory, and that's what they're into.
I bet that somebody watches Five Nights at Freddy's.
Exactly. Five Nights at Freddy's, Poppy Playtime, like that is such a big thing. Even Among Us is bloody. Like
Fortnite has guns in it, shooting people.
I'm not saying that young kids aren't into those things. I'm just saying that this parent is obviously trying to be responsible about what his child watches, and it's not appropriate for kids of that age to be looking into and watching those things. Like, he had nightmares to this day, and for like months, this kid's still having nightmares every single night about this movie that he watched.
Maybe he should get over them.
Yeah, get stronger, kid.
You guys are the worst. Oh my god, I thought this was gonna be open and shut. That like, he's kind of like overreacting, but like, obviously, this teenage babysitter should know better. Like, come on, Sam, your first job was working at Subway, and you were like probably 16, 17, and you're working with sharp knives on a daily basis. You have to be at least somewhat smart enough to realize these things, that being like, oh, this could be harmful to someone, to myself, and to other people.
Well,
I should know better
the difference between stabbing somebody with a knife at a restaurant and watching a movie.
But this also sounds like it was her first time with them.
No, it wasn't.
But it
with
sounds like it is.
With this kid. Yeah, but I mean, are you telling me that if you're a babysitter, Sam, if you were a babysitter at 16 and your little cousin came up to you and was like, hey, my parents let me watch this movie all the time. Can we watch it?
I'd be like, absolutely. That's a cool movie. You got good taste in movies. Let's pop this sucker and we'll watch the extended version.
No, you
we'll watch the sequel
absolutely
too
would
afterwards.
not.
To answer the question, I think that dad was an asshole for requesting his money back. I just would have never had the daughter, if he was that upset, never have her babysit again. But like also the fact that he was trying to contact a different family that she
that is a little
babysits.
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I agree.
You're like tracking down like a random family to be like, hey.
Yeah, you're trying to ruin a kid's life.
But I don't know. Maybe he had a point, just to play devil's advocate. Like, hey, like, do you know that this babysitter that you let watch your kids just lets them watch The Human Centipede on a regular basis? That'd probably be responsible to tell those other neighbors that, being like, hey, your kids are watching inappropriate content. You should look into this and make sure that your kids are doing okay. Like,
it's also their problem.
Right. But I don't know.
Sorry, it's Steph and Sam versus Larissa. We win. Like, okay, when I was, what year did Signs come out? What year did that come out?
I have no idea.
Or The Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense came out in 1999. I was 6 years old. I saw that movie in theaters. I had really horrible nightmares for like a couple weeks afterwards of like little demon girl coming in my room and throwing up. Yeah. But I got over it because I was like, oh yeah, it's a movie. My mom's the one that took me. Is my mom a horrible parent?
You learned after a while it didn't actually like hurt you. Your brain kept saying like, oh, this is real. It's going to hurt me. And then it didn't. So your brain kind of adapted and was like, oh, this wasn't a thing.
Right. And then I went and watched it again when I was like 14 or 15. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's a scary movie, but I was a kid. Obviously it scared me, but now I know it's a movie.
Right, but you also your mom wasn't taking you to see Saw.
No, but we definitely saw horror movies in theaters. I mean, one of the first movies I remember seeing actually was Bats, which is like kind of like a horror movie take on birds. We ended up leaving halfway through because I was like, I was a little kid and we went and saw Iron Giant. But either way, like it was still like something we went to go see as a child and as a family as a horror movie.
7 years old though?
I might have been younger.
Okay, either way, I answered the question. He asked if he was an asshole. I said yes, just based off the fact that he wanted to take the money away from her and then was trying to contact another family.
I was 6. 6. For both Sixth Sense and Bats.
Wow.
Sorry, 9 for Signs.
I don't know. I'm kind of siding with the dad here because I'd be really mad if someone who was 16, like, better. Like, you're like, you're not an adult, but like, you're off on your own. You are responsible enough. The state deems you responsible enough to drive a car. You are mature enough to realize at that point that a movie that is not made for a 7-year-old would not be appropriate to even if the kid says we watch this, you have to have the common sense to at least call the parent or like something to be like, hey, is this okay? Or like have the common sense to be like, no, let's try and watch something else together.
Larissa, people do not have common sense anymore.
Yeah. My last argument for this would be that I guarantee that 7-year-old either has a tablet or his own computer or access to one.
You don't know
and
that.
I guarantee yes, this middle class family probably does. And
if they can afford a babysitter,
they can afford a babysitter, yeah, they can.
Right. They could be like responsible parents though, and watching over their content, and they don't let their kid watch that.
They're probably like, oh, it's YouTube. The kid's fine.
No,
Five Nights at Freddy's, Fortnite videos, whatever Poppy. It's all on there.
No, whatever Poppy.
This guy is internet savvy enough to be on Reddit asking these things. Like, he knows what's on the internet, and he wants to be responsible and make sure his child watches age appropriate things. Like, it is wild to me that you guys don't give the agency of a 16-year-old to understand things like this. Like, wild to me.
Next one. Last one.
That was the last one. So
okay.
I am just flabbergasted and I have a feeling that some people who listen to us in our lives are going to be like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, obviously, the dad is a bit of an asshole for being like, he didn't approach the situation properly, but there definitely should have been some consequences for this 16-year-old. Like,
there's a lot of like situational things too with this, I think. But I think based off the fact that he, like I said, it's not necessarily about what happened, but it's about his reaction to
what happened is huge.
Okay, but you can also just like man up and be like, okay, well, we'll never use that babysitter again. And like what's done is done. You can't change that. And then honestly, just have an open, healthy family discussion about what happened. Like ask the kid, like, what did you see? Like, what happened? How did you feel? And then explain to the kid, you know, that is not real. Someone made it up. Like have an honest discussion and kind of work through what happened, because there's going to be things in life that you're not going to be there for as a parent or block. And there's going to be traumatic things, and trying to work through those traumatic things is part of life. So if you can equip that early on,
right,
then so be it. That's just, you know, it was something you didn't expect to happen. It sucks that it happened, you know, if you didn't want that to happen. But how you respond to things like that is very telling. And for him to immediately pass the blame on, where he's like, I need that money back and let's go after this other family. Don't hire this lady. But like, you know, if your kid's suffering, then focus on your kid, not this other person that caused this experience with the kid.
And that's fair. And we don't know the entire situation and how they dealt with it with the kid. And I would hope they would have done something like that. I just think it's wild that you're just like letting this kid get off scot-free. They're like, oh, they're just dumb.
No, it's just kids will always do stuff behind parents' back. And you have to, as a parent, know that eventually the kids are going to go behind your back. You know, if that kid's like, maybe they know that the parents watch horror movies and they're like, oh yeah, you know, like we watch horror movies, where it's like my parents watch horror movies and maybe the kid wants to watch it. So he lies to the babysitter, because the kid at 7 years old, you're going to know your parents aren't there.
And right, I'm not talking about the 7-year-old. I'm talking about the 16-year-old who is legally allowed to drive a car and sometimes is thinking about going to college in the next 2 years. And you're just like, they're dumb.
They don't care. They're there to get paid.
I mean, the difference too is like, it's not like the kid like pulled out a bottle of vodka and said, hey, my dad said I can drink this. Or like me and my parents drink vodka together all the time. Or like, hey, my parents and I smoke cigarettes all the time. It was just a horror movie. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Obviously, we have a difference of opinions, and that's fine.
I will not agree with you on that. That's fine. And I am flabbergasted, because they specifically said it wasn't like something that's just mild, like a pop-up scare kind of a thing. Like this was like intense. Like something that like an adult would have struggled watching.
Yeah, and that happens.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much.
I like that we were about to end on it and then we kept talking.
Yes, but clearly someone is wrong in this situation. So please let us know in the comments who you think is right, aka me. Let Steph and Sam know how wrong they are and how ridiculous it is to think that it's okay. Just be like, okay, 16-year-old, I guess no 16-year-old is ever responsible enough to be a competent babysitter.
That's right.
And the parents should have known better than to let a 16-year-old babysit their kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let us know. And you can follow us on all of our social media accounts, which is at Shifting Tones Pod. And you can follow Sam at Sir Captain Sam, and Steph at Spiffy Steffi. And myself at Larissa.Schaefer.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.